All right, another video for Ideaprov, just kind of documenting. Predate this one probably back to early March or so. So after thinking about opening things up, I realized in the first one that I didn't really, say what this is supposed to be for. So this documentation is just for those that kind of want to follow along on the journey to see what Ideaprov is and what it can be, and then also for anybody that wants to follow in the footsteps or try something similar, or that regard to maybe one day when this blows up and makes it big and somebody wants to make a documentary about it, maybe we can do that too. So today I kind of looked at making a mental storyboard and just kind of outlining what the future is going to look like or how I wanted to perceive it. Of course, a lot of this stuff is to be determined, and we're probably going to change a lot of it. Not necessarily improvise on the fly, but you also have to kind of let what the market dictates in a rough scheme about what you want to do with it. You can't hold super hard to the principle. So I'm looking to kind of get stuff out there and then get some feedback, and then kind of cater, not necessarily cater it, but be able to incorporate feedback from the market to see how to make the next move, make the next step. So some of the things that I did was look at a marketing strategy. So as far as the podcast, of course I could do a podcast and put it a couple different places, but how are we going to get the views to it? So one of the things I looked at was maybe different social media platforms to try and get that started. Of course, I want to get on the big ones, the Facebooks, TikToks, of course, because that one's growing, Twitter, LinkedIn, because it definitely has some business aspects to it. And so how can I use those appropriately to kind of cross-pollinate and cross, whether it's videos or different clips, sharing articles, how we're going to do that and stuff like that. So I kind of went over that a little bit, as well as kind of a business or monetization strategy. So if I want to turn it into a business right now, I think ideally in my head it's more geared towards getting the information and ideas out there for free, building the platforms for an ecosystem for people to be able to use and facilitate growth in their own kind of either personal or professional careers. And then I know there'll be business aspects, because somebody's going to come along and say, hey, if we can do this for regular problems, we can definitely do it for a business or within a business. And I think from there I'll be able to take it and potentially go into some either consulting or work for a company. I mean, ideally I'd probably like to do it for myself or a small team, and we could do it. I mean, there are some companies that are out there doing it by themselves. I think that are starting to do this, but it's so new that I think if this creates a platform that people can resonate and understand, I think it has some serious tractions there as well. So that's what I worked on today.